Welcome to ETF Leaders, powered by the New York Stock Exchange. Joining me today is Michael Barolsky. He is the Senior Vice President at US Bank. Michael, great to see you. Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Michael, tell me, will we see more mutual funds converting into ETFs?
Oh, absolutely. I think that part's pretty clear right now. We're only a year away from having done the first conversion of a mutual fund to an ETF, and already the interest from advisors is only accelerating. Just this past few months, we've already converted 5 additional mutual funds into ETFs, and we've seen interest from a wide variety of advisors for a variety of reasons. And it's not just your typical equity funds. Last month we were doing conversions for long-short strategies and options-based funds. So it's covering a really wide gamut of reasons for advisors wanting to do these conversions. You know, when we think of the typical ETF advantages, that list lines up with what we're hearing from advisors about why they want to convert funds into ETFs. They're doing it for the tax efficiency, they're doing it to lower costs, sometimes very significantly for shareholders, and they're doing it for the distribution opportunities available to ETFs that they're not finding in the mutual fund space. So we see it for a variety of strategies, we see it for a variety of purposes, but we already have several more of these planned with our clients later this year, so there's going to be a lot more of this to come.
Okay. So now tell me, what trends are you seeing for how new ETF issuers get into the market?
For new issuers, I think the main trend we're seeing is less about strategy and more about how operationally they're coming to market. And this is a trend that's really been building for the last few years. What we're seeing is advisors taking advantage of a shared trust, or what we call a multiple series trust structure, to get into the industry. The series trust structure is really designed to lower barriers to entry. It's about being able to bring a product to market while already surrounded with professionals that know the ETF space, an established board of directors and service providers and legal counsel and all of that infrastructure that's really hard to build and really expensive to acquire if you're new to the industry. So we've seen startup advisors using this structure, we've seen established mutual fund advisors using it, and we've seen very large advisors with tens of billion under management that are taking advantage of this structure because they see the efficiencies and they see how it lets them focus on their core competencies of providing investment advice, because that's what they want to spend their time doing, and that's the structure that enables them to get to market faster with the least amount of risk in doing so.
All right, do you think there's room for new entrants in the industry?
Oh, absolutely. We see a constant flow of new advisors coming into the space and innovation. You know, we often hear people questioning, is there any room left for a new ETF in this place with so much of the assets tied up in the top issuers? But what we continue to see is that innovation in strategies is coming from those new entrants. It's coming from startup advisors or smaller advisors, whether you're looking at developments in cryptocurrencies or ESG strategies or options-based funds. There are a wide variety of new trends out there that all originated with smaller advisors. So there's plenty of room left for innovation here, and we're going to continue to see it from new entrants into the space.
All right. Michael, thank you for joining me. And that's ETF Leaders, powered by the New York Stock Exchange.